Hi, guys. I'm Sarah Johnston, and I'm the founder of the Briefcase Coach. And welcome to my new video series, Rip My Resume. In this series, I'll be giving candid, no holds barred feedback to executive job seekers looking to sharpen their resumes. I've helped thousands of leaders land high level roles, and I know what it takes to stand out in today's competitive job market. So, whether you're struggling to showcase your impact or wondering how to present your experience more effectively, I'm here to help. My goal is to provide actionable advice that helps you improve your resume and land your next big opportunity. One of my newsletter subscribers, a vice president of customer success for a SaaS-based company in Atlanta, sent me her resume to rip apart live here with you on LinkedIn. Now, just as an FYI, we scrubbed her resume of any identifying information just to protect her privacy. I'm going to first start by giving you my take on her resume, and then I will show you a document that I created that incorporates some of this feedback. So live on the screen, you've got her original resume. Spoiler alert, this is the document that we ended up with. Now I'm going to walk you through how we got here so that you can understand our process. So first of all, starting with her document, I want to make it clear that this is not my client. She has not paid me for this engagement. This is a free service that I'm doing for one of my newsletter subscribers. I don't know this person. I haven't interviewed this person. This process today is different than the work that I do with my clients. This was a 30-minute exercise that I did to help her improve her resume. This was not a very in-depth experience. She might have a different outcome if she were to be a client, but I just want to walk you through some just high-level things that I think this person could do differently or better to really stand out as a candidate. So first of all, when I'm looking at her resume, it's really, I don't fully grasp who she is and the value that she brings to an organization. Just a reminder, often on that first pass, the first glance of a document, the average recruiter or hiring manager only spends between 6 and 10 seconds scanning the document before they decide to continue reading more or pass on the candidate altogether. In this resume, she's got teeny tiny size, 10 Times New Roman font. So I have to squint to really look at her resume and her content, and it doesn't capture my attention, and I'm missing out on that alignment. So I would love to see some more keywords. I would love to see a header at the top that aligns with her future target. And one of the things that I would recommend you do as a job seeker at the very start of writing your resume is to really first decide what your job target is, and second, identify those keywords and key themes that you need to make sure that you're hitting in your resume. So this individual sent me some job descriptions, and I'm going to pull those up for you guys if I can find them. She sent me some job descriptions, and in this case, a vice president of global customer success. And so what I did is I copied and pasted this job description into ChatGPT, and I asked ChatGPT to identify the strong keywords from this job description that we needed to make sure that we included in her resume. I also asked ChatGPT to create an executive summary, 4 sentences based on what we saw in this job description. Now, again, I want to mention that this is not the process that we use when we're working with our clients. I think that ChatGPT is a wonderful shortcut and something for people who are not a great tool for individuals who don't feel confident in their writing. My team and I do all of this ourselves. But if I were a job seeker wanting to DIY, this is the first step that I would take, is I would identify the keywords and the key themes from the job description and make sure I'm really clear on those. As you can see in the document, the revised version of this resume, we did include the keywords throughout the document that we identified from the job description. The goal of a resume is to make it easy for someone to see that you have got the experience that they're looking for as a candidate. And so we identified the keywords in ChatGPT and use those keywords in context so that the reader could quickly assess that the individual had that skill set. And I mentioned as well that I'd love to see a header in the document that really frames the story or frames the candidate. I describe a header on a resume as kind of like a newspaper header. You're giving the reader a preview of who you are and the value that you bring. In this case, this individual is looking for customer success or chief customer officer roles. So the header should reflect that this individual is looking for those types of roles. We also tried to pull out key themes from the job description, or I did. I pulled out key themes from the job description here in the header to spoon feed the reader. And as I looked at the individual's original resume, I noticed buried at the very bottom that they're a Six Sigma black belt and a veteran. And a lot of companies have departments that are specifically interested and focused on hiring veterans. So I felt like it was worth calling out here at the top in the header that that person is a veteran and not just buried at the bottom. And again, I'll show you that original version here. It was really tiny down here at the bottom that they were active duty Air Force. And so I think it's more important and it needs to be showcased there at the top. The other thing that just absolutely drives me bonkers is the spacing. I think that you should always take the dates and right tab them over. In this case, it's just not as consistent. It's harder to read. And again, people are taught to read left to right. Another easy trick that I would recommend that you do as a job seeker is to take your bullet points and to write them using the RAS formula. And the RAS formula is result, action, situation. I love the RAS formula. In this case, she's bearing the impact that she had on these organizations. So again, I did not interview this individual. I really don't have a full grasp of their story, but I took their and highlighted the text here. I copied it into ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to write these bullet points using the RAS formula, result, action, situation. And as you can see from the new version, we achieved that and led with that result. And so I do recommend, I think it makes for stronger bullet points when you do that. I also like to infuse in a resume some aspects of who you are as a person and as a leader. And so as you can see in this document, I pulled in a testimonial from this individual's LinkedIn page. It speaks to the soft skills and kind of emphasizes some qualities about the candidate that are differentiators. What I like to remind people of is that in this market, companies are being inundated with resumes and inundated with really good candidates. So they may have anywhere between 5 and 10 excellent people for a single position. But what often differentiates the person selected for the role versus what we potentially call a runner-up candidate are those soft skills, those executive leadership skills. So want to make sure that in your resume, you talk about things like employee engagement scores, your leadership philosophy, adding testimonials that offer social proof. Those are all ways that you can stand out. I hope that you found this video series really helpful. Again, the goal of a resume is to make it easy for someone to see your impact and understand how you would align with their pain points. Thanks so much, guys. If you like this series, I would suggest that you check out my website, briefcasecoach.com, and subscribe to my newsletter, The Briefs. It comes out twice a month. It's completely free, and I promise to pack it with really relevant job search content. Thanks so much, and have a great day.